Clever people have come up with all kinds of interesting ways to make everyday life easier by hacking our most common of problems. But not all of these so-called life hacks actually work, especially when we apply a little science to them. One of the most popular life hacks on Reddit is an image of stacking items inside a microwave to reduce the amount of time you have to cook meals. However, despite its popularity, there's a long thread debating whether this actually works. The actual microwaves generated inside this device has a frequency range that allows them to be absorbed into water, fats, and sugars. When they're absorbed, they convert into the atomic motion of heat. So when you're cooking with a microwave, the water and fat molecules in your meal get excited evenly across your food. This is limited, however, by the microwaves being unable to penetrate evenly through particularly thick food pieces. That, and some wave interference, is why we sometimes get hot spots in food cooked this way. So, would stacking meals inside a microwave work? Maybe. But because microwaves are not absorbed by plastics, glass, or ceramics, the stacked dishes may cause wave interference that prevents microwaves from reaching all of the food. Some parts of the food may burn while others would remain cold. It's probably better to be patient and just cook one thing at a time. Have you ever heard of using a liquid gel capsule of Advil to clean up your pimples? The premise of this life hack is that you puncture the gel cap with a safety pin and squeeze that pain-killing goo onto your hand. Then you smear it onto your pimples and they'll go away. Or will they? Acne is usually caused by blocking one of your skin's hair follicles with skin cells or sebum, an oil we naturally secrete. When it gets infected, pressure builds up and forms a lovely pus-filled pimple. While the anti-inflammatory properties of the Advil gel might help the swelling go down, it's only addressing a symptom of your acne rather than the cause. You won't absorb enough into your skin to make a difference, and it won't clear your follicle or kill the bacteria. There's another life hack out there that claims that by chewing gum, you can stop yourself from crying when you cut onions. Not sure how this one's supposed to work, since the stimulus for crying is in your eye, not in your nose or mouth. The tears you shed when chopping onions are called reflex tears, because an external irritant triggers your cornea's nerve endings and communicates that irritation to your brain. Your brain then tells the lacrimal glands above your eyelids to stimulate tear production, hoping it will flush out whatever's bothering your eye. When onions are originally in the dirt, they absorb amino acid sulfoxides. When you cut the onion, these sulfides are released and converted into a compound called syn-propantheol S-oxide. This is the trigger that sets your tears off because your nerve endings sense the compound as being harmful to your eyes. You know how, when you're taking a shower, the curtain sometimes billows out and grabs onto you? Some say if you buy a curved shower rod, it prevents this from happening. Others prefer the life hack of using kitchen magnets to pin the curtain to the side of the shower. If your shower doesn't have metal nearby, the magnet thing's obviously not going to work. But would it otherwise? In 2001, David Schmidt ran simulations on showers to figure out the truth. He noticed that as water droplets decelerate, they transfer energy into the air around the shower, creating a vortex perpendicular to the curtain. The center of this vortex has a lower pressure, drawing the curtain toward it. One or two magnets probably aren't sufficient to keep the curtain in place, since the vortex is twisting up its entire length and pushing and pulling the curtain from both inside and outside. If you lined your entire curtain with magnets along the sides and bottom, it might work. But that's not really a life hack, is it? At that point, you might as well install a glass door in your shower. If you're obsessed enough with getting more stuff done and not sleeping as much, many people have tried the Uberman polyphasic sleep schedule as a way to hack their lives. This is when you only sleep by taking 20-minute naps every 4 hours. You may be more productive at first, but in the long run, this schedule is unhealthy. So far, there's no getting around that a healthy person needs between 7 and 9 hours of sleep a night. Just to fulfill the cycle between REM and non-REM sleep, we need 90 minutes, which the Uberman schedule won't allow. And there are some things about human physiology we just can't change, like our circadian rhythm or that release of melatonin at night. If you still want to push through with polyphasic sleep, know that most people find it unsustainable since your schedule isn't aligned with the other people you need to interact with to get stuff done. And you won't be able to participate in any spontaneous activities since you'll need to conk out every 4 hours. Now you know 5 life hacks that really aren't worth trying. But there are still hundreds of other great ways out there to make everyday life just a little easier. What are your favorites? We've got some over at HowStuffWorks.com, and we're always sharing new ideas and information on social media. If you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, and other sites, you might just learn something. Or you could just subscribe to this channel so you get a heads up whenever we've got a new video available.